that was the earliest memory I have of wanting to start the supplement company. So again, that was like February, into February, beginning of March of 2008. Good Wednesday morning. I am walking through, I guess this is called historic downtown Frisco, Texas. Story time. You're like story time, and I apologize ahead of time. There's a lot of wind, so I don't know if the wind's going to come over the microphone or not. So brief story time. End of February, beginning of March of 2008. I was working at the health club, and I took the opportunity to go to Columbus, Ohio, to the Arnold Classic bodybuilding show, which in the bodybuilding world, it's like the second biggest show. When I say second biggest show, the actual title, whoever wins the Arnold Classic, it's like the second biggest title. I should have said it that way. The first being Mr. Olympia. That's kind of like the Super Bowl of bodybuilding. Now, with regards to the expo at that time, the Arnold Classic Expo was the largest. Or I think the Mr. Olympia was pretty big, but I think the Arnold Classic one was a larger expo. Expo being where you go to like the convention hall, which I think was like the Columbus Convention Center, I think is what it was. And like all the supplement companies, clothing brands, like athletic clothing brands, athletic gear, they all had like a booth there. You just walk up and down the aisles and you can get samples and buy their supplements, buy their clothes, etc. I mean, I came home, I'll give you an example. At that time, when I got home, I had 4 suitcases full of samples. I brought extra suitcases, 4 suitcases of samples. That's how much I had. I couldn't even use them all by the time they expired. Yeah, I think I threw 80% of them away because just there was so much of it, and I just didn't have time to use it. I didn't use a whole bunch of supplements at the time. So yeah, the point is, I went to the Arnold Classic, and I actually just went to the expo. The expo was like 3 to 4 days, and the contest, I think, was on like Friday night, and then Saturday night, I think it was. I think prejudging was like Friday night, and the actual show was on Saturday night. But went to the expo, had a wonderful time. Like I said, spent 3 days there. Every single day, I got a boatload of samples, and met a lot of great people, a lot of the professionals I met, and I have the pictures somewhere. I have the pictures, but that is the earliest memory I have of wanting to do a supplement company. Here's the bunny. Let's see if we can film the bunny here. See the bunny? See the bunny? It's like right there. Oh, there he goes. See you later. But yeah, at that show, that was the earliest memory I have of wanting to start the supplement company. So again, that was like February, into February, beginning of March of 2008. Now, mind you, I didn't even start the supplement company until, I didn't get serious until 2019. This is where my memory gets a little bit foggy, even though that's 3 years ago. It's hard for you to remember. And when I say kind of got serious, I believe that's right around when I started like tinkering in the kitchen, and taking supplements that I bought off of Amazon, like just a bag of like pea protein. I bought a bag of like brown rice protein. I had some cacao, like raw cacao. I had monk fruit extract, and I would take measuring spoons and weigh stuff out, measure stuff out, pour it in there, and then you write it down and then drink it and say like, no, this is not working. I need more protein in this. It's not enough protein. So I would change it up. I was thinking of trying to get like just a base formula that I could use to take to manufacturers to say, okay, this is kind of like what I want, and then take advantage of the manufacturer's knowledge of how to flavor it to make it taste better, because the ones that I made did not taste really that didn't taste good at all. They tasted horrible. It tasted like vomit. And like I said, my memory is kind of like vague there. I think they're getting ready to open. They're opening the garage. My memory is vague there, but I think that was around 2019. But even then, I procrastinated. Even though I had the formula, I wasn't really. Well, I didn't put in. I put in a shit effort to try to get a manufacturer to find it. I did eventually get manufacturers to look at the formula and try to price it out, and it was very, very expensive at the time. It's probably even more expensive now. But I didn't really even get really serious, you say, until around 2020. 2021, which is when I found a manufacturer for the current version of Howard's Blend plant-based protein powder. But the point of this kind of like history is that from 2008, when I first, or what I should say, my earliest memory of having this idea, like, man, you know what, I should start this supplement company. I mean, I saw all these brand owners there, and I thought, man, I enjoy supplements. I've enjoyed bodybuilding since I was, right around probably about 15 years old. I got into weightlifting when I was around 13, and then I got into bodybuilding when I was like 15 or 16. I said, I know some stuff about nutrition. I know some stuff about supplements. I could do this stuff. I could do this. And then I proceeded to do nothing until around 2019, when I, started getting a little more serious, but still dabbled. I was dabbling a little bit more. That's the point. But the point of that is that I procrastinated. I wasted all that time. And sometimes I think to myself, like, where would I be now if I would have started back then in 2008? Where would I be now if I would have said, you know what, let me go ahead and take the dive deep, get this supplement company started? I don't know. And I may have started the supplement company in 2008 and made it big. I may have started in 2008 and never went anywhere. I may have started in 2008, made it big, and then now I'm dead. It's like, in terms of company-wise, the company's dead. Because there's supplement companies that I saw back then that were big, that now nobody knows who they are. It's kind of like they did their peak and then their fall. So, yeah, sometimes I think about it, but ultimately it's like, what if I did start the supplement company back then? It may have been possible that the trajectory of my life may have changed to where, who knows, I could have been on a flight in 2012 because of it to go see a manufacturer, and then there's a plane crash and I'm dead. And then I'm not here anymore. There's no Sam, no nothing. Sam's my son, if you don't know. There's nothing then. So, yeah, I think about it sometimes, but I do my best not to try to put too much energy into it, because there's really nothing I can do. The only thing I can control is what I do from here on out, from the present going forward. Across the street here, it's almost time to go back. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much a brief summary of the history of the supplement company.